Well, good morning. My name's Jeff McKinney, and
I'm Blake Linton.
today we're going to be discussing homes that have either been hit with tornadoes or hurricanes. Every spring, I mean, we get calls, unfortunately, previous customers that homes were damaged or pretty much destroyed by tornadoes or hurricanes. And since that's this time of year, we thought that'd be I guess not a good topic, but a topic to cover how well log homes do in those circumstances.
Certainly, that's one of the things when we're talking to people about the strength of a log home. You know, one of the things that we kind of hang our hat on is in 50 years of being in business, we have never had a log wall knocked down in a tornado or a hurricane.
Right, and honestly, let's see, I've been in my house 18 years, and we both live in one of our hybrid home, but still a lot of it's log. But when storms are coming, it does give me a peace of mind that I do live in one of our homes or a log home, especially since I have kids now. Before then, it wasn't quite as important, but I worry about my kids more than myself now. But
all right, so. You know, that's one thing. You know, we're going to go through a slideshow here and show you some photos of things that we've gone and taken, pictures we've gone and taken after some of these tornadoes have occurred. I know I was going through the news this morning and I saw that this week is the 12-year anniversary of the Moore, Oklahoma tornado, which was tragic. It was an EF5 tornado. So we're going to go ahead and go to some slides here, and we'll take a look at some stuff and kind of give you some feedback on it.
All right, this tornado was located near the Gina, Louisiana area. As you can see, it was an F2 tornado. The house was a saddle ridge, which if y'all saw our video of us touring my house, this is the same floor plan as that.
So keep in mind, an EF2 tornado, that's going to have peak winds of about 125 miles an hour. This tornado stayed on the ground for a little over, or almost 9 miles, and had a maximum width of 700 yards. Thankfully, there was no injuries or deaths.
This is it during construction while we were building the shell. A beautiful house, my favorite floor plan.
Yep, that is your favorite floor plan.
And this is it afterwards. Typically, when a tornado hits one of our homes, of course, the porches and everything, with the uplift and everything, those are hard to keep holding on. But in this particular case, actually, it took off part of the main roof structure as well. In most cases, the main roof structure hangs on, and just whatever side the tornado hits, it rips off the porches and does damage to that side.
Right. I mean, you know, again, looking at this, yes, that is a lot of damage, but you also notice there's none of the log walls are down. Those are all standing. Now, we did have some roof damage, like Jeff said. We'll go ahead and show you the kind of the end picture of that so that you can see some of those trusses came off of the roof right there. Of course, the metal came off the roof.
And if you look here at the very left of the picture, that's a frame wall with log siding on it. So that's not an actual log wall. So, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with frame walls and conventional construction, of course, but if that house would have been a frame house, there'd be there would be more damage. We've never had a log wall, to our knowledge, even shift or get out of square because of any high winds or hurricanes, tornadoes, things of that. That's where flying debris was flying through the air and hit the log wall. There again, of course, that can be fixed, that chunk and everything. That's just cosmetic damage, not per se structural damage.
Yep.
And this is pretty neat. That fire, not neat, sorry to keep on saying that, but that fire pit tumbled and hit that Yukon or Tahoe, whatever it is. But you can see the dent below the window there, but it flew that into the car and actually scooted the car over. So it's a real strong tornado.
Okay. Jeff, we're fixing to play a short video here. We're going to go into that. Danny, we ready for that?
It was our dream home, no doubt. I work out of town, and my wife called about I don't know, a little after 3 in the morning last Thursday morning. During the tornado, she was in the bathroom, and as soon as it was over, she was trapped in the bathroom and couldn't get out. This was a garage here. This was a wood frame construction on the garage that just had log siding on it to match the log house. The bedroom's right here next to where the garage was. You can see all the impact damage from debris. There's a guy that found part of our tin in his cow pasture 3 miles away. We picked up 4 40-yard dumpsters just out of this cow pasture. She was surprisingly calm, you know, after the initial thing of it, just blessed, you know, that she was alive. When I first on the phone, she didn't even know the ceiling was missing. That's where she was laying about 30 seconds prior to it hitting. Still trying to take it all in and, you know, figure out what's next. And from what I'm seeing, if it wasn't for the construction of the house, she may not be here. And I mean, here's wood frame, you know, what, 12 feet away from where she was sleeping, or even hiding in the bathroom. I mean, you know. So it's definitely something to say for the strength that the logs had.
That certainly is a testament to the strength of those log walls, isn't it, Jeff?
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, so I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now, this is another one located near El Reno, Oklahoma. And Blake, didn't you say?
This was the Moore, Oklahoma tornado that I believe I read this morning was 12 years ago this week. This was an EF5. Maximum width was 2.5 miles and was on the ground for 16 miles. This was a devastating tornado. I mean, this is a big boy. So, you know, Jeff, you kind of get.
Sure. This side of the house was impacted the less. It actually hit the other side of the house. Very little damage. You can tell.
There's the other side.
Yeah. There's now before this, and we'll go to another slide that shows it a little bit better. But it had a porch going across the back. This is our woodland floor plan, but it had a porch, carport, and storage off the very far end. There you can tell where the porch connected. Of course, it tore off all the porches, the carport. You can see into the attic space in the upstairs bedroom.
The light colored triangle you see there on the right-hand side, that's where the roof connected that was coming off the carport. So, of course, the carport was detached from the house, but all these log walls are still in place. Speaking of that carport roof,
this is at least a couple 100 yards away. There's the carport roof. It actually flew it across the lake and set it down up, right side up. And you can tell the strength of the storm by the cattle trailer sitting right there. How devastating, how mangled that is.
Mangled that. Again, you see the porch, the shed porch on the ground there that's been detached, log wall still in place. Just super, super strong log construction.
And this is kind of odd. There's no way enough wind got in there to destroy these doors, but because of the pressure difference, a lot of the interior doors, now they're, of course, you can see the saw, they were in the process of finishing out the inside. So these doors slammed back and forth and actually destroyed some of the interior doors.
That pressure difference, you know, that's what causes all the windows to bust out.
And there's the upstairs of this house. That's all right. Just showing that the roof structure didn't rack enough or anything to have any cracks in the sheetrock or do any damage upstairs.
Yeah, it's crack-free sheetrock, I guess you'd say. Wow.
And this is another one of my customers. This is west of Fort Worth last spring. Don't think it was a huge storm. I don't know what rating the tornado was or whatever, or if it was just straight winds. But there again, peeled off the porch, and he actually came back and added side porches after this. So
yeah, you can see right there how the porch was pulled off of it. Some metal roofing pulled off. But, you know, the exterior exterior walls are still intact there. On the inside, you can kind of see some daylight there.
Yeah, that's where the porch was attached to the main roof structure, and when it ripped off, of course, it took anything that was attached to that porch. And this is another, I'm almost 100% sure this was during Katrina. Now this is an after photo, and we'll get to one before photo, but these folks, that's a before photo of how many trees there were around their house and everything now. And this was a material package that an older couple was building. Pretty neat deal. You see the little, this is off subject, but the little 2x4s leaned up against the roof. They rigged that up so they could, what would you call it?
Pulley.
Pulley their plywood up there rather than lifting it.
That sounds pretty smart to me. That makes it a lot easier. So, you know, you saw those trees standing earlier. That's kind of the result after that storm came through.
Yeah, very little damage to the house itself. I mean, a few trees, they got lucky all the way around the house. Most of the trees fell away from the house and didn't come in contact. It just, they were pretty disappointed. Of course, had a beautiful, still a beautiful house, beautiful location, just a lot less trees, and had a pretty good cleanup. And there's one tree that hit the gable end, and unbelievably, one of the reasons I'm about to get a new shingle roof is I've had 3 trees. They weren't huge, but still 2 during windstorms and 1 during an ice storm break and hit my front gable, and hadn't done any considerable damage. And
no structural damage.
No structural damage. Yeah, it messed up my shingles, but
well, that's a lot better than tearing up some rafters or something like that. So,
yeah.
Now this could have definitely been a lot worse than it is. So, you know, you can see a lot of limbs down on the house, but thankfully the structure is still intact. You know, we've had houses in hurricanes filled with water. You know, 6 to 8 foot deep inside. I think the one I'm thinking about was in Winnie. I'm not sure what hurricane that was, but I know that
6 to 7 foot of water.
Yeah, 6 to 7 foot of water inside the house. Get a remediation company to come in there, dry it out. Of course, you take all the sheetrock down, rebuild the inside and interior walls, but you know the outside structure was still good to go. So, you know, it's something that we're proud of here. How our houses do perform in tornadoes and hurricanes, and you know,
hopefully, if you build one of our houses or live in one of our houses, that's never tested. But if it is, feel confident that you and your family are going to be pretty safe in our homes.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you for tuning in with us this week, and have a great and safe Memorial Day weekend, and we will see you soon.
Yeah, if you need anything at all, call up here at the office, and we'll help you out.
We'll be here.